This is the brand strategy workbook. It can also be called the brand operating system. With every progress we make through the brand build room, your strategy workbook must also update in line. Currently, we are looking at the dashboard. Everything listed here are the various parts that make up a full brand. And the workbook has been designed in a way that with every sheet we update, we will progressively improve the brand. Today, we're going to be focusing on the mission and vision sheet, which carries much of the foundation of what your strategy will become. First, like the questions you've been asked previously, what problem does your brand exist to solve? It's no longer about all the problems that you can solve, it's about the single problem that you want to be known for solving. Who do you serve, and how does the work impact them? This is an important question, because this is what will help you position your language in such a way that you connect with your customers. The third part of the mission section is the actual mission statement. Here you will, in one sentence, define exactly what your brand's mission is. For instance, the mission is to provide food at a timely manner to every customer and have them leave happy. Or, the mission is to deliver happiness to every customer through our food. This will become your North Star. This will be the lens you will use to vet every decision that you make, to ensure that everybody and every part of the business is operating along the same line. Now we move on to the vision. I want you to think of this as where you're heading. This is one of the most important parts of building a brand because this is what will guide the actions that you take. It will be responsible for whether you are on Instagram or LinkedIn, whether you have business cards or you go digital, whether you have online delivery or only eating or on-site pickup. So where do you see your business in 5 years? In most cases, this may not be a one-for-one realization. In many cases, people surpass their 5-year vision. But this question is important because it gives you a focal point, and not just you, the business owner or the operator, but even the staff know exactly what they are trying to achieve. And this is one way to get everybody on the same team and chasing the same standards. 2, what does success look like at scale? This is critical because it's easy to define where you want to be, but without knowing what success should be, then you may be chasing a vision that has no end. And you will be unable to know when you have actually reached that point. What success should look like at scale? This might be something as simple as, I can finally rest knowing my business is running without me. This, believe it or not, is something that most business owners yearn for. The third part of the vision section is, once again, the actual vision. It doesn't matter if what you come up with is rough. We will refine this as we go on. But it is important to have a North Star that we can use to evaluate every decision that is being made. An example vision statement could be the number one lunch choice for 9-to-5 workers in the next 2 years. Now we move on to the brand values. These are the things you stand for, your non-negotiables. You ideally do not want to have way too many values. 1, 2, 3 values will do the job. The more values you have, the more clutter you take up in a person's mind, and the more difficult it is to keep. And in most cases, for most people, when they come up with multiple values, you find that 2 or 3 of their values could be combined into one item. An easy way to think about your brand values is this. You are on a journey. Your mission is how you will get to the end. Your vision is the end. And the values are the rules you will operate by while executing your mission. Once you've figured out what your values are, you move on to guiding principles. Your guiding principles are filters. These are the things that you would ask before making any brand decision. Think of it this way. You may have a manager who needs to take a decision. Do I fire this staff or do I keep the staff on? And your guiding principles may include, is this an honest decision? Your manager can come back to your guiding principles and ask, is this staff an honest person? And if the answer is yes, then the staff will stay. However, if the answer is no, in order to protect the brand, then the staff must go. There are cases where your values will allow for a staff to stay, but your guiding principles will disallow because they are there to ensure that the brand keeps its promises. The last part of the guiding principles is what you would never compromise on, even for money. It's very easy to idealize this, but many times it is difficult in practice. One of such examples is quality. Many brands will say we will never compromise on quality, but when push comes to shove, that is the first thing that goes. So you must decide this realistically and be objective about it. What would you never compromise on? Is it the health of your customers? Is it their wallets? You want to make sure they get value for the money they spend? Or is it their emotional state? Whichever it is, you must make a decision that you know you can stand by when push comes to shove. That's the end of this sheet. Take your time to fill it out. This is one of the most difficult things for people to do, building their brands. And the fact that you are taking it on, as daunting as it may be, I want to promise you that these stages are difficult, so the next stages can be easier. And the more we fill out this workbook, the better you will understand your brand and you will see your vision much clearer. By the time we get to the end of this, you will have something that only a few people can compete against.